When you play a couple games and when you don't win, one score games at the end, it's frustrating, disappointing. But you go back to work, you look at all the things that you can do to try to get over the hump as much as anything, and that's what we've been doing. Had another opportunity yesterday that we let slip by. Hostile environment on the road. We're in there with them, but again, we didn't make some plays that we need to. They scored a touchdown. We didn't. We had an opportunity to score one great opportunity to score a touchdown. We didn't. They did. It's kind of simple as that a little bit. Offensively, I talked about getting Damon more involved. We got him more involved, and that'll continue. I thought he ran hard, did some good things. Our passing game, we still haven't, accomplished what we've been setting out to do with it. Felt like we had opportunities for that. Defensive side of the ball, I thought the guys played hard. Whenever you only take the ball away one time, I mean, you need more. The one time we did take it away, it was a great play by Christian Kirksey. Other things, offensive side of the football, we didn't do a good job on third downs, keeping drives going. Defense, we played a lot better, on third down situation. But eventually, they determined the winner by the score, and we got to score more points. As simple as that. Injury-wise, I think I talked about Kevin Pierre-Louis a little bit yesterday. He didn't finish the game. We continue to evaluate him. I think I mentioned Brevin Jordan yesterday. Same thing with him. We'll let you know about them a little bit later on. I'm sorry, who's?
Jeff Driscoll, how he's performed when you put him in.
Yes.
How he's done this spot conversion.
I think every time he's gotten in the game, preseason, the 2 regular season game, limited amount of action, he's given us a spark. Exactly why we inserted him into the game is what we've gotten from him. So I like what he's done in that sense.
Lovie, you mentioned that you haven't accomplished what you all set out to do in the passing game. Whenever you all were building that offense with Davis Mills in mind, what were you identifying as his strengths and what are you seeing?
It's pretty hard to go with the strength. We talked about Davis enough without me going over his strength and things like that. What we would like to get accomplished with our passing game is just production. When we have opportunities, to catch the ball, we had a few drops. If you get the running game going, get those one-on-one matchups, that's what we're trying to do. So how we envision it is that we're a running football team. We get an opportunity to make some big splash plays in the passing game. We want to do that. We're not getting off of the bus passing the football. We want to be a running team as far as that's concerned.
With some of the passes that they're not landing near receivers, is that coming from the quarterbacks and receivers? And where is our common thread with those?
Whenever you see something like that going on, I think most times it's a combination of both. Receiver can run a better route. Maybe protection could be a little bit better. And then our throw could be a little bit better. It's normally, without going over each specific one that fell a little short or didn't happen the way we like, most of the time it's that combination of all.
Do you anticipate Scott Quesenberry continuing to be the center?
Yes, Scott's our backup center, so, it's like that with all the groups. If your starter can't go for whatever reason, it's the backup's time to step into a starting role. And I thought Scott Quesenberry, talking about him, I thought he did an excellent job his first action. If you didn't feel like, we missed a beat as far as, a player that hadn't gotten a whole lot of reps stepping up and giving us a great chance.
Lovie, what did you see out of Derek? You mentioned yesterday you were kind of putting him in certain positions and challenging him a little bit, but the way you kind of bounced back from some tough things, how did you see his development throughout the whole game?
Well, every young player has to get put in some, preseason we took our time with him coming off a major injury, and we've steady increased his load a little bit. Part of that, continuing to increase his load, was to put him in positions that we did yesterday, matching him up a lot of times, putting him in tough situations. I thought he competed well. When you're a cornerback and you're pressing, you're off, whatever, one-on-one situations a lot, you're going to win some of the battles. Some of them you're not going to play as well. And it is how you respond. So he competed hard. He tackled well. He made some plays. And so I'm excited about that growth continuing. So I talk about Derek, Jalen Petrie, same thing. Kenyon Green started yesterday for the first time, played well also. Thomas Booker got reps yesterday. So a lot of our younger players are getting good time, and the time is warranted based on their play.
Lovie, y'all outscored opponents these first 2 weeks, 29-9 in the first 3 quarters, but the fourth 27-0. What do you point to?
We're working on it. I wish I could just say, hey, this is what it is. Believe me, we would have taken care of that before that last game. But I know the guys are, I thought they're competing hard. We haven't made some plays. You know, sometimes it's just that. The opportunities, we just hadn't handled some of those situations well. We're well aware of that, though, on how we started. We've been in games throughout, but just haven't been able to finish it. I talked about the improvement you normally make from week 1 to 2. We made some, but now I'm excited about week 2 to 3 to see if we can clean up some of those things and finish better.
Lovie, have you been encouraged by the way?
Yes, Chris.
Have you been encouraged by the way your defense has performed in the red zone?
Yes, very encouraged by it. The guys have, it comes down to it's scoring. And when you get down in the red zone, one of our goals, of course, is when teams get down there, is to make them at least kick field goals. But I think yesterday we were 0 for 2, which is good. But we played great red zone defense the first game also. There's some bright moments. Defensively, as we talk to the guys, played 2 games, we're giving up 3 touchdowns. That's hard to do. Point-wise, the numbers are down. And eventually we'll start scoring more points on the other side.
Will Justin Griffin be back this week?
Don't know that yet. We'll let you know when we know that for sure. And again, when things change, like last week I told you he's not playing, right now it's the first day. You know what we've been doing all day? It's pretty much since we got off the plane, watching that last video. So we'll see how the rest of the week plays out.
Coach, what was you mentioned Quisenberry, what the communication issues from last week to this week, you had to change there. Did some of the communication issues get straightened up this week as opposed to last week, at least what the players had mentioned?
That's an easy one, yes. Some did, all didn't. And that goes apart with not being able to close out games, but when we're rolling and winning a whole lot of games, there's going to be communication problems there. That's just a typical part. That's just a base part of a game that you go through. You want to keep it to a minimum, but some of them I would say yes. There's still some things we need to clean up. Yes.
You said from your past game, you want to see production. Ideally, in your mind, what does that look like?
Production overall, offense, what it looked like is just improvement in every area. Offensively, start with just points scored. It's pretty simple. We got to score points. We haven't scored touchdown. You're not going to win many games when you don't score a touchdown. We didn't score a touchdown yesterday. So that improvement from it. Defensive side of the football, don't like the way we tackle late. And there are opportunities that you left out on the football field. So we evaluate each group. And normally when you lose, really when you win also, every area you can improve. And that's what we're going to keep. I think a lot of the areas we improved from game 1. And I'm excited about what we can possibly do this week.
Coach, even though it's only the second game, after watching film again, what is it that you've seen out of Nico Collins that can get him more involved in helping the passing game?
Well, Nico is a big target. And as you identify some of the things, after the fact a little bit, that I thought Nico did some good things when we featured him. And as we look at it, big target. When we do go to him, of course, it seems like he's been a playmaker. So that's one of the areas that we need to be able to get Nico more involved when we're passing the football.
Does this week mean a little bit more to you going back to Chicago and also touching on the running backs you faced? You got Montgomery and Herbert. Do you feel like your defense could do a little better setting the edge and filling there on the outside?
Well, going back, spent a lot of time in Chicago, some great years, but it's game 3. As I see it, there's an opponent on the other side. Their running attack against the Packers last night, they didn't get everything going, of course, the way that they wanted, but running game-wise, they were able to get the running game going. featuring both of the backs that you mentioned. That'll be a challenge for us. We haven't played the run as well as we would like. So that's definitely an area that we'll be looking to improve upon.
Coach, 2 weeks in a row, you've had an opportunity to go tie and win a game. When you look back at the film at Davis Mills in this offense, what can you assess from what you've seen from him?
Like everyone, but as you mentioned, to have a chance to win the game late, it's just a few plays here and there. And, we had the ball first and goal on the 4, correct? I mean, one of the areas just we got to be able to score a touchdown in that situation. Davis is our quarterback. But you go throughout. I mean, there must seem like every drive there's something that we look at right now that we say that eventually when we get it right, we can get over the hump with that play. I understand it starts with the quarterback, but there's so much more, protection. Maybe in an area that I've been disappointed in is the amount of penalties that we had. Defense did a lot of good things, but jumping pre-snap penalties, you got to be able to get rid of that. We had too many. Of course, they had more than we did. But we had too many. And that happens before you get to those situations where you need to make one play. We're stopping ourselves in a lot of things.
Coach, Coach Jonathan Owens is leading the league in tackles right now. Is that more saying that he's a really good player, or is that an indictment on your front seven?
I don't know about an indictment on the front seven. And is he a good football player? Yes, I can talk on that. But all 11 guys need to be able to make plays, and our free safety is involved. And I'll just say, when we've needed him to make a tackle, he has. I like his play. He and Jalen Petrie have kind of both settled in, at we think their right position. And Jonathan is another young player that should only get better. As we talk about all the young guys, they are getting better, but each week you want to eliminate just a few things that we're not doing right.
Your thoughts on Rasheem Green and the impact he made in the first game with you guys?
Rasheem did some very good things. Of course, you notice the flash plays, the big sack, trying to get the football out, but his play against the run was pretty good. There's a reason why he's been in the mix, though. I mean, he is a good football player. Again, that'll be a big challenge this week, but we like what he was able to do. For the most part, the line did some good things. We're just going to talk about some of the pre-snap penalties.
Can you talk about Kenyon Green a little bit?
What was that, Kim?
Can you talk about Kenyon? I think what you saw from him yesterday.
I've talked, seemed like every time I've talked about some of the flash plays that he's made. We've seen signs, but I thought yesterday, gave him the reins. Start, go with it. And I thought he was physical, did some good things in pass protection. He was having fun doing it. And after the game, already talking about what he needs to improve upon. I mean, he's going to help us win a lot of games. He's one of our guys. He's a good football player, excited about the growth he's going to make. And the player, he's going to be better this week than he was his past.
Lovie, on the 3rd and 16 play, when you guys ran the cover 2, can you tell me what was either supposed to happen that didn't happen, or did Sutton just find a hole in between the covers?
Cover 2, we get reroutes on the one receivers. We have half field back behind. They hit a spot in between. We didn't play the coverage the way it should. That's not a play that we should give up in that situation. A lot of times cover 2, you can put a guy short and a guy deep. In that situation, 3rd and 16, we kind of moved him back. That's not a play that should have happened. One of the major disappointments, I'll say, from that game was that play.
Good. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.